And boom,
we are here. We live. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Hey, ladies.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
How are you guys?
I'm good.
good.
This is our first time kind of orchestrating the whole little,
So I'm a little
or whatever. So y'all is popping our little first cherry podcasting situation.
Yes.
I
like popping cherries.
Right on.
You know.
So,
go around the room and introduce ourselves so we can let them know who we have in the building with us.
Okay, so we're gonna go kind of in. We can start off with Shay Nice and then kind of go down. We see Natasha and then Chocolate Drop after that.
Okay. Hey everyone, my name is Shani V with 2 I's. If you want to catch me online, it's .com. On Instagram, shaniv.com. The purest form of beauty is love. And I have a Tantra Killing course out if you want to go ahead and check that out. And that is me.
All right. Who else we got?
Hi, everybody. It's me, Natasha. I am It's Natasha's number 2. You on IG. Follow me there. I am your bartender's absolute favorite bartender. Like, come on. It's me. It's your girl. I be mixing and winding and popping and dropping. All that in these Poly streets.
Period. Last but not least.
Period.
What up, you guys? It's your favorite Chocolate Drop. I am the other half of Polly Sexy Cool on YouTube and Instagram, and my IG is chocolate drop _Polly.
All right. And we are a part of the Porter family. I'm Chantel.
And I'm Shalon.
And we are here. So I guess we can dive right into it because I know that this is, we have a few topics to go off of. And basically it's just about women and their outlook on types of relationships like this. So we're all beautiful, strong women, and it's a lot of misconceptions. Basically, people feel like we're weak, we're dumb, we don't know our left shoe from my right shoe. Like
we have daddy issues and childhood trauma issues,
to say the least.
It goes on and on and on.
So I kind of want to explain our point of view. I know we all come from different dynamics of poly. So I kind of want to just get you guys' outlook and kind of share our point of view and different terms, and we can kind of educate you guys a little bit the best as we can and keep it fun as well.
And y'all can educate us as well, because I know you guys know a lot more than we know on some of these terms and topics.
Yes.
Love it.
I guess we can dive in. Please don't judge us because, again, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to get started.
We're going to have a good time, baby.
But you doing it. That's all that matters.
Exactly. He always tell me that long as you cute. I guess I do something dumb. He'd be like, "Liz, you cute." So we just gonna keep going.
Keep going.
Make sure y'all got y'all glasses, wine, liquor, whatever y'all want to have. Everybody winding down, up, however. So let's dive into these terms. Well, no, let's first get started. Can y'all tell each other, or tell us kind of what type of dynamic y'all have so we can kind of get a better outlook? Whoever want to get started.
Okay,
you want to go first? We all talking at the same time.
Okay. I was in a triad before, and now I am solo dating, letting people know how I feel. Right now, I'm not really cut on what I really want my dynamic to be. However, I'm open with the flow right now of how life is coming to me.
Okay, living life. Okay, I like it. What about you, Natasha?
Well, I just got in a relationship.
What?
Hey, babe, how you doing? I know you watching with your fine ass. But so yeah, I have a boyfriend, and it's very new. So we are learning each other and having fun. He's very new to poly. He knows nothing. So everything that he's learning from me. But completely open. So right now we're getting to know each other. We date other people. Like he has, female friends and women that he kicks it with and he has fun with. And I have my comments and little boos here and there. So that's what it is right now. We're just
See.
learning and growing together and having a good time.
Okay. And what did you call them again? You said
Comment.
my comments.
Oh yes, a comment is a person that you see every once in a while. So like I have partners that live in other states, so I might see them, 2 times a year tops. That would be
Okay.
a comment because it only happens every so often.
Every so often.
Oh,
Thank you.
dude, I like that. Okay. Miss
Yeah.
Chocolate Drop.
Hi, so
You
I am married, been married for 10 years now, and I have a husband, I have a boyfriend, and I have a girlfriend. So we call ourselves a quad, and I've been in a quad about a year and a half now. So that's my dynamic. Kind of call ourselves poly slash swingers because we are also open to playing, but we are not open to adding to our dynamic.
Okay, so when you say playing, it's basically like you want to just, hey, you have a free range to either play with a guy, play with a girl, and everybody in the household has that free range as well.
Or like
Exactly.
at the grocery store and say,
Okay.
you right there, that's me. I'm grabbing.
Exactly. As long as we're communicating that, as long as, nobody. Now, it's not that we can't add to it. Like if I wanted another girlfriend or boyfriend outside of the quad, it's not that I can't, but we say we're close because they have to be a real special person to add to it, like super special. And
Yeah.
if I did add to it, I would want them to myself. I wouldn't even want to share with them.
With all the rest of
Yeah, I don't want to share. I want it to myself.
Okay, selfish much, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm sharing enough. Enough is enough with the sharing. Okay, let me have my own person now.
But what people don't understand is those are natural feelings. They're natural human feelings with whatever type of dynamic you're in. So it's good that you're open to speaking about that because a lot of people feel like, okay, if we all together, then we all doing this. Your person's my person, and she got to like all of us. And, a lot of people, maybe say, for instance, if someone wanted to talk to you and they see what they're up against, you feel like that's intimidating for somebody to come in and either play with or try and, figure out and get serious with?
No, honestly, no. I think it's intimidating for somebody that's not probably secure with themselves.
Okay.
But I feel like if you know what your value is, then no. Because honestly, I always say this in all my interviews. It's only one of me. It's only one of you. It's only one of you. It's only one of you. So nobody can't bring what I can bring because it's only one me. So I'm not, I can't be intimidated off of something that nobody can't have because you can't be me. It's only me.
I wish I had more of that.
But it's only one of you. I cannot duplicate you.
Now I know this, but like back then when I was in my shit, you deal with that a lot in the relationship. It's of more like, am I bringing value? Am I doing what I need to do? Am I equal? Like it's a lot of that. But
like you're having an identity crisis with yourself.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because it's
And
like
that's
women.
that's
And
important.
if you have monogamous friends as well, like that also is like, are you doing the right thing? It's a lot of self that you look at. So now it's a journey, and I'm glad that I'm finally through that journey, and I'm glad that Chocolate Drop can name that because
and
that's what's important. Like you have to come into your relationship as a whole person.
Yes.
You can't come in pieces of you because those pieces of you will get chopped up into even smaller pieces and into shreds, and you will be lost in the sauce trying to figure out how the fuck I got here. So you gotta come already together, already whole, and then that way the things and the challenges that are in your relationship, you can focus on that instead of focusing on trying to fix you within a relationship.
But that rarely happens, Natasha. We rarely come whole because we don't even understand it until we are challenged in relationship. And then we start realizing like, oh shit, I'm a little fucked up. Like
someone else to point out something about you to realize, oh my God, well, I never thought that was fucked up about me until now, but let me go ahead and rework that about myself.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, but once you do realize it, honestly, it is something that should be addressed and you take accountability and you try to fix it. And that's something within you. You can't expect your partner to fix it. And I know that's where I fall short, me and my husband got married at 21, 22. So like a whole 11 years later, it's like I'm still sometimes like depending on him to fix me and vice versa. And it's like, I can't fix you. I'm still trying to figure out me. Like, what you expect me to do? But it's like that whole dependency of like, but you supposed to fix me, you know? So it's definitely a reality check. I'm going through it right now, being with him for 11 years and still mad that he ain't fixing me.
Right.
That was that was a lot of why I had to say, whoop, I need to fix me.
It is hard because it's like me and Alex's relationship. We grew up with each other, so we only knew each other. So we were codependent on each other growing up as kids. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna help you fix a problem, you help me fix a problem. And then it went back and forth like that until we became older, and that's what made us codependent. Because we were always looking at each other to fix an issue.
It's like y'all raising each other, but how you raising each other when y'all don't even know y'all dang on selves? I'm giving you the wrong answers because I don't even know the right answers.
But at the same time, growing together in love is a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
it is.
So it's like it does have those times when it's like, oh my gosh. But at the end of the day, there are those beautiful moments when it's like we got through this together.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Now, Shanice, you don't mind me asking, because I did understand you said that you were in a triad and you guys went your separate ways. Now, were you the woman stepping in or were you the woman that...
I was married. We were married for about 5 years before we opened up the relationship, and we were together for another 3 years after that. And then recently, about 6 months ago,
okay,
I had to say
that just made me happy seeing y'all.
And would you say, because I know, with different things like this, it's a sensitive subject because there are a lot of emotions that are involved. So if you're uncomfortable by my questions at any time, just let me know. But so when that did not, do you feel like it didn't work out because of the addition to the family, or just things changed along the way?
Things changed along the way. So our story started similar to your guys.
Okay.
So it didn't start the best way.
Right.
Number one. Number two, it was more so like I've always been working on myself throughout my life because I've dealt with a lot of hard shit from young, like a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. So I was always working through that because I would have been lost. And when you're with somebody else who's not always working through that, or who is working at a different pace, it's hard to continue that. And honestly, she first was like, I can't do this. And I was like, no, like, why, like, let's grow together like I did with my man. Like, we're going to go through this. And then I'm the one that was like, I can't do this. So I do feel bad. But at the end of the day, I understand that, like, you do have to take that time for you. And it's not because she came in. It's more so, we were together for so long and we grew. And it's not that I don't love him. I know that there's still love. I know that I still love her as well. It's just we need to work on ourselves. And at this journey of our time, it's not together.
And that's very mature of you. You guys to actually acknowledge that there's work to be done on yourselves. A lot of people, they don't understand that. They feel like either they came perfect or everybody got to bow down to what it is that they're saying, and they cannot be, room for growth. So in this type of relationship, do you, because I know you guys, you've been in monogamous relationships, you feel like this is the kind of the one that kind of puts you through the ringer versus a monogamous relationship?
No, I feel like actually for me, being poly is easier than actually me being with my husband for 8 years, just me and him. Okay. Actually, I feel like this is easier for me.
And why do you think that? Because look, I'm gonna ask you that, and I know you know the variables, but there's you, there's another woman, there's two other men, and it's supposed to be not supposed to be happiness, but on the right track. How is that easier with all of the variables versus you and your husband?
My personal opinion, I think because with my husband, it's like I expected him to be everything. You know, it's like if he wasn't fulfilling something, I would feel like, why you're not fulfilling this? I'm supposed to be with you for the rest of my life, only you. So it's like, if I want, you know, just to dumb it down, if I want Skittles, then you need to give me Skittles every single time. But what if you don't know what Skittles are? And I'm like, but that's what I want. So you need to figure out how to create Skittles. So instead of me realizing that, hey, you know what, maybe he really just don't understand Skittles. So it's okay if I find somebody else that actually can relate with me in the Skittles. He don't get it, and it's okay, instead of putting that pressure on him. So it kind of like lightened up the pressure on my husband, because he's not everything, and he's not ever going to be everything, and that's honestly okay. It's okay for me to go maybe find Skittles in somebody else, in my boyfriend, or find it in my girlfriend. So for me, it kind of like lightened up looking at him differently and not expecting him to be everything, and just kind of realizing like, oh, if I want to find Skittles, I can find Skittles here. If I want to find Starburst, I can find Starburst here. If I, you know, he don't have to be the whole dang on rainbow. He don't have to be the candy factory, pretty much.
Yeah,
I love that explanation.
I really do, because
your face in the beginning was like, what?
when you hear about monogamous relationships, and again, I'm not trying to go against monogamy or anything like that, but that's very popular. You are my everything. You are my person. You are mine, my girl, my man. That's my dick.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people, if you really sit down and think about it with common sense involved, that shit is not true.
No,
That's pressure. You are stressing somebody out, making them think they're supposed to be every single thing for your insecurity, first of all. Because 9 times out of 10, you just yearning for this because it's something going on with you. So you're expecting this person to be there. And you stressing yourself out, and you stressing them out.
Yeah.
And then my biggest issue with that is the ownership portion of it. I just had this conversation with a monogamous minded male the other day. And it was, no, I can't be letting my bitch fuck no other nigga. First of all,
this my
you're what? That's not right. Thank you. Let's start there. You do not own anybody's person. You are here on this earth to experience other people, not to own other people. Absolutely. That's your choice to experience them. You do not have ownership over another person's body, over their thoughts, over their choices, over the way that they move, or the way that they dress. No, boo, that's not for you. That part of it is where people got life and the game all the way fucked up.
Yeah. You know what, Natasha? I'm still struggling with that. Like, you know, it's so crazy. Like with me and my husband, it's harder for me to transition into that. Like we always say, like if me and him got like a divorce, I could be poly and be fine. Like I would, it's easy, it's nothing. But since I've been with him for so long, it's still hard in my head to not think that he's mine, just because all the damn work I put in for damn 11 years. And I'm like, hold up, I put in a whole bunch of work up in this thing. He is mine. I do own him, but it's still like a thing in my head where I'm like, damn, this really hard. But like if me and him like got a divorce and I was with somebody else, it'll be easy. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm poly. You're number 1, you're number 2, you're number 3, you're number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is what we doing. But for some reason with him, it's still hard for me to like connect. Like, okay, he's not just mine.
Disconnect that possession aspect of it now,
because it was just me and him for 8 years.
Okay. Yeah. So with that, what would be the difference? Because do you feel like he has the same thought process when he sees you? So both of you guys feel like, okay, hold on, we trying this together, but hold up, don't play with me, type shit. Okay, and then still bring it back, and then still bring it. So you guys are still working on it. You don't have it all figured out.
Absolutely not.
That's the beauty of poly. I could honestly say it's because things change every day, because life is about change. People feel like I'm the same me from last year. Okay, well, you know, God bless you. I'm sorry that you are, because you should have came a little bit further.
Level up. Let's level up.
Evolve.
I think that like in closed triads, because that's what I was in before, I did approach that. Like if I'm not able to get it here, I'm poly, like I should be able to get it somewhere else. It's not that I don't love you. I love you, but you're not able to give me something that I also need. And when you're in clothes, it's like, how the fuck? I'm supposed to
Trust me.
I was so lucky with finding a man who already understood that, even though he didn't know shit about being poly, but he already understood that, and all of that, the jealousy of me being with another man was not an issue at all from day
Natasha,
one.
that is a beautiful, amazing thing.
Right?
Honestly, I'm really shocked that you're dating somebody that's not poly. Like, I'm just like, how is that
Well, no,
going?
no, it's not that he's not poly. He didn't know that he was. He didn't know the terms. He absolutely is
Ah,
non-monogamous. He just didn't know that it was like a word. He didn't know about this love
He just
style that
thought
we
he
have
was
and
a
all
free
this.
spirit this
He
whole
thought, yeah,
time.
he thought, no, he didn't think he was a free spirit. This is the sad part. He thought he was a weirdo and a fucked up person
Wow.
because everybody
that's
told him
wild.
that.
Because you know what I always say? Like, I don't know if I could date somebody that hasn't practiced it already because I don't feel like putting all that work in.
Yeah, he was practicing it, before me, non-ethically, just like most niggas. You know what I'm saying? Getting down with the get on down. So like most niggas be poly, but
You right. Most dudes are poly, though. That's
yeah,
fact.
but when it comes down to the aspect of I'm sharing my woman, that's when you
Hmm.
usually now they don't mind that
Yeah,
that we
that's when
have
they
sex with
forget.
women.
Yeah.
They don't mind that. They love the fact that I'm bisexual. Oh, they love that part, but
Oh
they
yeah.
want the bi like the woman part of the bi. They don't want wait, you
As
talking about
soon as
something
you
a little
want
Yeah.
another dude, though, it's like, whoa, whoa,
Yes.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right. And so
What are you
I did
doing
not have to
here?
deal with any of that. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. I got to go through that whole part. Yeah, that was a blessing.
But Natasha, does that make you feel kind of like a little like weird that he's okay with you being with another dude? There's no resistance at all.
No, nope.
Hmm.
It doesn't make me feel weird at all. Because he gets it. That,
It actually
I
makes you
love
feel
you.
more
I'm
open
with you.
to be more open and share more about your daily adventures and who you're with, and
Yeah,
not feel
like,
judged
when
if
was
you
it?
accidentally slip up and say something.
So last week was his first time with someone since we've been together, with someone else other than me. And it was so cute. I FaceTimed him and he was like, I was sitting here wondering whether or not to text you to tell you that I'm at her house and I didn't know what to say. I was like, say I'm here and go have fun. Tear that pussy up. If you
Yeah.
take videos, send it to me. Have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Do you, babe? Holla at me when you're done. And
I
Facts.
love
so when
it.
he got finished, I said, "How was? Did you make me proud?" He was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, good job, babe."
And see, society doesn't understand it because it works, because
Right.
it's no chaos involved. Now, granted, there's always chaos in any situation if you allow
Mhm.
it.
Right.
Now, it's freer because you guys are open, so no one feels like they're being lied to or being played or anything like that. So it's mind-boggling. Like a lot of people do just by your conversation alone, they looking like that really happened. Oh,
Yep.
something wrong with him. Something got to be
Yep.
wrong with him. Like,
Mhm.
it's so many different things that society kind of puts on people that are not in their norm because they don't understand it, or it's something that they were not taught. I don't believe none of us were taught how to, be in a poly relationship, because that's not what society exposed us to. So we had to rethink and relearn and figure out what works for us. The moment
Right.
we're taking control of our love style, oh, they crazy. Oh, them some hoes.
Right.
Oh,
But
they
Mhm.
can't commit.
what's funny about the whole thing is people understand the dynamic of multi-loving when it comes to their family members and their
Oh
And
yeah.
friends.
when it comes to their friends, or when it comes to
Yeah,
their
when it comes to
kids,
their
or when
families,
it
their
comes
friends. Yeah.
like honestly, naturally, we're really all poly, which is
Yeah.
multiple love, right?
Yeah.
We
Multiple
Yeah.
love.
love multiple people all day, every single day, all the time.
Yep.
We literally every human being on this earth love more than one person, and love
Hmm.
experiencing more than one person on this earth.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Literally. And it's like when it comes down to the intimacy though part,
Right.
when it comes down to, oh my God, I'm actually falling in love part, when it comes, it's like all of a sudden everybody brain shut down. It was like, oh, but you're not supposed to be multiple with that.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
because
Why?
that's what we're taught from people. That's what we're taught from our parents. Our parents were taught the same thing, that
Hmm.
when it comes to the person that you're about to be intimate with, you are not allowed to share that person with anybody else.
And once you're
Yeah.
intimate, you're not allowed to share yourself with
With
anybody
anybody
else
else.
because you're
Exactly.
intimate with them. So that again brings back the ownership. That again brings back the control. That again brings back just the toxicity, if that is a word.
And you know what? Like no lie, before I even understood polyamory, even as a kid, I remember like in middle school, we were sitting at the lunch table and a lot of girls was looking at like a wedding book, a wedding magazine. And they was like, oh, I can't wait to get married. I'm going to be with my husband, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you going to be with one person forever? Like, just like for your whole life. You gonna get married at 20 and be with this person till you 100? Just that one person?
I did the same thing.
For real, I was confused. I was like, so I literally have to wake up to one person for the rest of my days, have sex with one person, wait to have sex with this one person, not experience for the rest of my life. I got a long life. I'm gonna live to about 110, I'm pretty sure. So till I'm 110, I'm gonna be with one. I was like, I don't know about y'all, but this don't make sense to me. And they were always looking at me like, Ebony. They was like, Ebony, oh my God, how can you say that? I was like, this literally is making sense to y'all for real. Like, I was like, it don't make sense to me. It don't make sense.
I have the same story. It was my dad. I remember I was probably like 11 or 12. And I was like, Dad, when I get married, me and my husband gonna have 2 separate houses. And he gonna live in his house and I'm gonna live at my house.
That's
and then we
me
can just
too.
spend the night. We can just spend the night with each other. And he was like, girl, that ain't no marriage. I was like, why not? What's
It's a marriage that works for me, Dad.
I can do it I want to do. Like, and then we can do each other.
And that's what I love about this. Like, I can create what I want to create. What fits me.
Right.
Like, honestly, fuck what y'all think. What fits me and what's comfortable for me, I can create that. Like, my happy is multiple loves. Like, I'm a lover. I love loving. And why do I have to just love one person for the rest of my whole entire life? It still don't make sense to me. And honestly, I feel more whole in myself now since I have found poly and understand it. Like, I feel normal. I actually feel normal now.
Okay, good. And yeah, that's amazing. Like, growing up, I knew what marriage was because my parents, they were married. I grew up in a household of that. I never really aspired to be married. I never thought about it. I just thought it happens. When you grow up, that's what happens next. I didn't know, what it took to get there. My first boyfriend, I felt like, okay, boom, that's him. That's him right here. And, things didn't work out. And it was like, okay, well, damn. In my head, I'm like, how am I supposed to get a husband if this shit ain't working? And I'm in high school. So I'm really thinking I never connected the dots. And then moving forward, when I started seeing how other people lived and, some people, they got cheated on, because I still tried monogamy. So I'm not against monogamy at all. If it works for you, then it does.
Right. Yeah.
But, again, my monogamous relationship, it did not work. And granted, it wasn't because I was looking on the outside. I just really felt like I was missing something. It could have been in the guy. It could have been in me. It just could have been something that was missing. And when it ended, of course, I was hurt, but I moved forward like, okay, well, shit, now let me brush this shit off. This is what it is. Now, I still wasn't looking at poly. I really was just looking at, okay, well, shit, if they cheat, ain't nobody safe. Like, everybody get cheated on. Everybody cheat. Everybody, so I moved on with life looking at it like, it's free range, not necessarily poly, because again, I didn't know what it was. But I'm like, well, shit, I can talk to who I want to talk to, and I can handle them how I want to handle them, and then I will move how I want to. Didn't know I was dipping my toe in poly because my following relationship was monogamish.
Monogamous, I like that.
Monogapoly.
Yes, monogapoly, because that's when I met Alex. And granted, he was not a available man. So I was dipping my toe in something I knew nothing about. And with that term that I did, I thought I made it up, but I think that is a term for real. I kind of want to get into a few of monogamish. So I do have the definition of monogamish. So I want to read that to you since I did say it. I think I did. So monogamish is understanding you as a couple only want each other a majority of the time, but makes the arrangements of a hall pass. So at moments you get to experience others freely, out of town trips, or maybe a week of freedom. So do y'all think that's kind of, I still was wrong because I didn't have that. I think I did, but I didn't. But yes.
I can see me being a little monogamish.
Okay.
I think we all have. I
Okay.
think everybody in poly at a point, especially like right now, I would consider myself monogamish because I'm in the beginning of a relationship. So we are setting up our foundation right now. Yeah, we dip and dip and dabble here and there, but for the most part, it's really just us right now because we are working on our dynamic and how we move in our relationship before we start the serious add-ons with others.
Okay. And I do see there is a comment because I know.
Well, where can you see the comments there? I was like, is this people talking?
So I don't know what this is, to be honest.
It's a new app.
It is a new platform. So
I see it. At the bottom, just tap on chat.
Okay.
You'll see the people and then accept comments.
You see all the damn comments, girl. We just been
okay. Dang, we missed a lot of people. Okay, I see.
Sorry.
So yeah, the last one that I see.
YouTube, dope.
That one. So
she was the other woman cheating.
Yeah, because I seen the eyes at first. So I'm like, what you looking for?
Eyes are for?
And so then I'll click it to remove it. Okay, I can't remove it. So wait. So to answer your question, so she was the other woman cheating. So I don't really understand your question. But yes, I was the other woman. Was I cheating? No, because I ain't have nobody.
Thank you.
I hope that answers your question with your side eyes. Don't side eye me because I ain't ashamed. Okay.
So you know what? Let me ask you: do it feel different when you were like in that space of where it wasn't out there to now since it's accepted? Like, do you feel like is there like a difference between you and Alex since now it's like okay, it's okay? Before it was like, nah, we ain't really supposed to, but we going to.
So yes and no, but yes because we actually like I got a chance to meet Shalon. Because Shalon was actually a figure to me. She was nothing to me. So I didn't think of her. I didn't care. So by me meeting Shalon and actually seeing what goes on the other side, because a lot of people can cheat and dodge shit and step into people relationships and still dodge shit and not have to deal with what's actually going on. So for me, the difference was actually having to come to terms with, okay, yes, you had a part in this action that hurt another individual. Now it's time for you to stand on your 10 toes and actually come forward and discuss it. We're adults. We all know what we were doing. What is done in the dark does come to the light. So I am a firm believer of that. So being able to actually come to the forefront and meet Shalon and speak to Shalon and grow a bond with Shalon, I didn't care about society. I actually cared about the new person, this person that I met. And I blocked everything out because, of course, along the way, it's going to be, you this, you that, and you the third. But I seen love. Like Alex, I was in love. Like there was love in the household. It was a beautiful thing aside from the way that it started. So I wanted to continue that momentum. So yes, it was kind of different because of course, you looking like I gotta be back by this time, or I can only, now it's shit, we finna go up the street, or we go to the bar. Yeah,
hold my baby.
Yes. She got me on board.
I love it.
But yeah,
no, that's a really beautiful thing, and I know, like, even I'm a little overprotective over y'all. I be ready to smack a bitch when they be talking stupid shit. But honestly, I feel like it's a beautiful thing where honestly it was ugly, but then it became something beautiful. And I think what we need to understand is sometimes when infidelity happen, it is not, don't take it personal. It really could be something where that person really did grow a bond with somebody else naturally. And it really doesn't have anything to do with you. And I think a lot of times we like take everything so personal, and it's not personal. It's not personal. It is literally not personal. It is literally probably an authentic feeling that this person have grown with somebody else, and it's literally okay. And I feel like anybody that's dealing with that, if you really love that person you are with, maybe try to understand, hear him out or hear her out and see like, okay, why?
Yeah.
You know why? Listen to why.
About taking it personal is true, because before Chantel even came into in the picture years ago, I had told Alex when we got together, I already know that you're not going to stay faithful to me no matter what, because you're a man. That's just how men are programmed. They're going to do some shit.
Oh shit!
So do you think all men are like that?
That was my form of thinking when I was back then.
Do you think that now?
Do I think that now? No, there's, you have your good few, you have your ones who.
Now I think everybody cheat. You know how you be married, we get shit. Now I know everybody cheat. Like I feel like it is no gender with that, but I don't like to put that stigma on a person. I'm more open because it might not be called cheating if you kind of get open with it and figure out what it is that you want. But yeah, now I feel like everybody cheat.
And that's how I was at the beginning. And I was like, oh, you're going to cheat on me. It's going to happen. And the form and fashion that he did it was kind of different. And I had to remember with myself the conversations that we had, because I started taking it personal.
But he didn't do it till like Chantel, right? Like, so you're talking like years later.
Yeah, correct. He didn't do it until he met Chantel.
Exactly. So that's like, I think people all need to look at it from that perspective as well. Like, y'all was together since y'all was teenagers.
Right.
Not to fuck up, but to experience that with somebody else, and like these many years later, that's why you were like,
and then I took it personal. Then I had to remember myself and the person who I was in the conversation that we had. I had to remember he's his own individual. He's free to do what he wants.
Right.
But in the meantime, let me meet the girl who has your interest, because this is rare for you. Like, I need to know who she is. There's something about her that has to be real special.
I mean,
I see another question. It's from Derek. So the question was, is it better for the man to bring up the lifestyle than the woman?
Hold on, Ebony, can you hear my real fast?
Sorry, guys. I had a distraction. These two popped up on me.
You feel like you popped up on them, baby. They is comfortable.
You were on your cellular device. You feel like somebody popped up on them.
Yes, for the question that Derek had, he did say, is it better for the man to bring up the lifestyle than the woman?
No.
Now I want to get all of y'all's opinion.
Absolutely not.
No,
the woman. I think it's better that the woman
I'll bring it up to you.
Because we kind of know. We kind of have, like, women, when we come to a man with something, we thought about everything, every step of the way. We done figured out exactly how it could work in our lifestyle. Like, we are very meticulous with things. Men, I mean, I think I want some pussy.
Yeah.
Like,
it's very cut and dry. I just had this conversation with, and I said something was so stupid sometimes. Like, they don't got it. Like,
no,
really cut and dry is nothing in between. And I'm just so mad.
Don't bring it up to me unless only way you could bring it up to me is you are superb. You handle me physically, you handle me mentally, you handle me emotionally, you handle me financially. Like, honestly, I have almost zero complaints. Almost. I'm gonna say almost, because nobody's perfect. And it's kind of like, you know what, babe? And he makes me just like, he's everything. And then if he bring it up, then maybe I'll be more open to it. But if you got a whole bunch of holes up in this relationship and you bring it up, I'm gonna be like, nigga, you don't even know how to handle me.
You gonna bring another one?
You don't deserve this. Now listen, I do have a friend. Now, granted, my friend, she's been monogamous her whole life. So she did get thrown into kind of a relationship. It was a triad. And for the life of her, it was just kind of like, the dude already, he was, I don't want to dog you people, trust and believe, but this dude was not shit. Like, did not even deserve my friend. Picking up another bitch and just wanted her to just come. And I'm sorry, excuse my whatever. I don't
keep it real.
Another bitch. Continue.
He picking up another bitch and just want her to hop on board. Like, yeah, this us. We doing this.
This how we roll.
This how we roll.
He sound like a pimp.
It sound like he wanted to be, but it had to happen for it. The way that it happened was my friend and the woman had to discuss this. And they were both dealing with the guy, so they chose to go that route. But this the type of nigga, he wasn't taking out the trash, he wasn't cleaning up, he breeding dogs. There's dog shit everywhere. It's like just a fucking boy.
You can't raise that. You can't do that.
Nah, I feel like honestly, I feel like you kind of, I only say that if you've been with this person already and they want to add somebody, I feel like in a way you have to kind of deserve that shit. Because if you can't satisfy one, don't try to satisfy two. You ain't even perfect how to satisfy the one you got. Why are you adding on? Now that's what's gonna make it toxic, because I'm not, you ain't even satisfying me. You got a whole bunch of hoes. We got a whole bunch of hoes in our relationship right now. Why are you adding another person to add on, and whatever she want, you ain't gonna know how to satisfy her either.
Exactly.
That part.
Do you think they should have been
getting that? They get excited. They like, oh, it's triple, double, quadruple vagina.
Yep.
I want to call.
Yeah. And be tired. Boy, by
right.
one.
Now you sleepy. Now you ready to take a nap.
He said, now you sleepy.
Sleep.
No, don't.
We slapping you with your little dick shit. You sleepy.
Right.
Now,
you sleepy.
I have another term, ladies, because it's supposed to be educational. I know we shooting the shit, so I like talking to y'all, but I do want to kind of educate the listeners. And so, swinger lifestyle. We could talk about that because I do have the definition and I kind of want to get you guys' opinion on that. So the swinger lifestyle is having sex with other partners together or apart. It says there are rules, understandings, and boundaries set in the lifestyle. It's okay to want to experience others in a sexual desire and go home with your partner, because that's who you connect with spiritually, mentally, and while you're experiencing others physically, you can be polyam as a swinger. So what are your thoughts on swinging?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, girl. Swinger connoisseur.
I know for me, I'm only going to speak off my experience. I'm not an expert, you guys. I'm going off of me, but I know for me, that's how we started off. Me and my husband, we started off as swingers. Like, we just played, and we usually just played with women. I didn't really experience with men. It was usually just women. I mean, my husband pretty much had the guy thing down pat. I was satisfied with him, and I just experiment with women, and he will play with other women too, with or without me.
So did y'all have rules before y'all brought anybody back into?
The rules would be, of course, just be safe, and of course, have protected sex. I mean, that's the number one rule. Don't have no babies with nobody.
Okay.
And don't bring home no babies, no STDs, or no drama. That was my number one rule, is don't let it affect my household. As long as it didn't affect my household in any kind of sort or my health, I don't care. Like, you can go do what you want. Go do what you want. As long as you make sure your household is good, go have fun. That was my ultimate rule. I mean, we've been to a few parties and clubs and things like that. My husband, the reason we got into poly, because I am a very deep-rooted person, and my mind, my body, and all that matters a whole bunch to me, probably more than the average person. So I don't get stimulated as easy, but he has a very high sex drive, and my sex drive is not as high. So we got into the swinging thing because we would go to parties. Y'all, I would eat and go to sleep. He'll be out there having fun, living his best. Living his best life. I would eat, be at a party, go to sleep, remove myself, be in the car, be like, oh, okay, babe, you done? All right. That was just that. I'm more of a lover. Let me get to know you. What you like? Oh my God, they're so sweet. That's me. So I kind of pull Polly into it from the swinging because I just don't get stimulated unless I'm like stimulated. And he's the guy. So I mean, you throw some pussy across his face, he like, oh yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
So it's easier for him. But for me, it just wasn't doing it for me. I was just like, this is cool. I enjoyed it more through him, like seeing him having fun. I was like, okay, babe, do your thing. Like I love seeing my husband make love to another woman or just like love another woman's body. Like that does stimulate me seeing him loving on another woman. I love that. But me being with a whole bunch of people, it's just like, okay, I need more. I need more than just the physical. I need the mental. I need the emotional. And that's kind of how we kind of got into the poly because I'm looking for a sex partner, but I want them to stimulate me in other ways.
Okay. And what about you?
So, I mean, I think, with swinging for me, like, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of swingers, though, I love them to death. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. A lot of people are against swingers, but they are probably the safest, straightforward people out there. Like, they real. Like, they're like, hey, look, hey, they're like, put that condom on. Hey, look, nah, we're not doing this. Hey, ask my husband. Like, they're really probably the most straightforward. Like, a lot of people against swingers, but I have to say, like, they're probably the most realest people I've ever met.
Okay. And what about your experience or your thoughts on swinging, Natasha?
I don't have a problem with swinging. My first experience at Swingers Club was actually Polypalooza. And I had the fucking time of my life.
What?
Oh my God. Yes, that was my first time. And I had a ball and I will be going again. I found one kind of locally. It's in New Orleans. So I will be going with my man and we're going to have a fucking great time. I'm bringing a couple homegirls too. Like, bitch, we all finna get it. Let's turn up.
Now, I did see.
I'm a person that can have casual sex though. I don't have to be mentally stimulated by you, emotionally stimulated. I would actually prefer not to if it's just sex. I don't want to know who you. I don't even gotta know your last name, baby. As long as your dick is good or your pussy is good, you attracted to me. You know what you're doing. You can make me come. Great, we're happy. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I seen in the comments, Tweety 79. So she says swinging is not a relationship to me. It's a come through situation for me. Now, in the definition of swinging, you kind of, I mean, you don't necessarily, okay, this is a stigma because in my opinion, you would have to be in a relationship to swing. But I also know they have just solo people that just swing around.
Yeah,
so
you do have solo people. That is true. Like everybody's not in a relationship. Like there's sometimes where it's just women and they just want to just go, do their thing. I don't think you necessarily, and this is just my personal opinion, you don't necessarily have to be in a relationship to be swinging. You can just indulge and have fun and go about your day. And honestly, I know like for me, we're in like the swingers we know, it's still groups. Like I know them. We're still cool. Like I still know like their life and like it's still like a friendship at the same time. Like we know each other. Like I know her husband, she know my husband. We know it's like we still know each other and we're still cool. It's like a swingers group where we trust. Like if I go to this party and I see the Joneses, I know it's already going down because the Joneses know what they do and they know how it is. It's like a whole swap thing going on. So it's not like it's necessarily always just strangers. A lot of times it is a bond grown within those group of people and a trust grown within those group of people.
Okay. Like for me, my first time actually experiencing a swinger, she was actually really aggressive. So when I kept coming home and telling them, I'm like, like this girl just told me when we were on lunch break together in the car, she wanted to eat my box. And we were just cool with coworkers. But she has a husband and he's like, well, she's a swinger. And I was like, yeah, I know, like she dabbles in it, but she says she's poly. And the whole time she was trying to recruit me to come home with her and her husband. Like she would call me every day. She'd bring me lunch. Like
And she
And
was
you know
grooming
what?
your
I
ass.
will say that. I will admit that.
I'm
The
hungry.
the women in the swinger community are very aggressive. They are very aggressive. They are very aggressive. The women in the swinger community can be very aggressive. And honestly, I will say that that is true. Like it can be very aggressive because I guess it's like a comfort. Like, oh, you got a coochie, I got a coochie, let me eat it. It's like, hold up.
There's levels to this
Yeah.
shit. Now, some people, granted, because again, I don't want to offend, and trust me, I am very open to a whole lot of shit. Not open to doing, but open to understanding. So
I
with
try everything once.
and that's beautiful because I love people like that. Because I'm scary. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I'm gonna be scared as hell, and I'm gonna still be like, okay, close my eyes. I'm gonna do it. So
And you know what's so funny? I would never like people would never think that about you just because of your like personality. But I'm the same way. Like you remind me of me so much. Like I'm the same way. Like people be like, Ebony, I know you a little, and I'm like, nah.
No, I'm not. People get that misconstrued,
Yeah,
like,
they do.
man,
Like
like,
a hyper ass up to do. Come on, bitch. Just
yeah,
do it.
because
Just do it.
I'm going, but I'm scared as hell. Like some shit, I'm just
And then
It's
after
like,
she
no.
does, she has fun. She's like, okay.
so yes. If y'all want to get to know me, hang with me, and y'all gonna know that. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. I'm just a little scary. Just push me. Now, I do want to get back to business because these are a lot of terms. Well, not too many, but I just want to, share if there was somebody here just for the definitions and everything like that. So the main topics, because basically it was the umbrella of non-monogamy. So I kind of went out of order. But basically what underneath the umbrella of non-monogamy, it is polygamy. And that is many spouses. The next one is
Polygyny, a man with many wives who's monogamous, who the wives are only monogamous to him.
Okay. And then polyandry. So polyandry is a woman with many husbands who are monogamous to her. That's dope.
I know, right? For real.
Okay. Do you think? Well, I mean, chocolate. You already got that dynamic going on. So,
But I mean, it's not just to me. I have Ty and we share, so it's not just to me.
You anti. So, what do you guys think is the overall hardest part of a dynamic such as that, as polyandry?
I think for our situation, to be really honest, I'm about to give y'all a little background on the squad. I think for us, the hardest thing is that the fact that I've been with my husband for over a decade. She's been with her husband for over a decade. I think honestly, that's the hardest part because it's kind of like, when I'm trying to get Alex's mind maybe a certain way, and then he can go home to his wife, and then she can transition it to how she wanted, or like if they're trying to get me to understand something that Alex can it's kind of like almost kind of like when you are growing with somebody and you can get them on the same like step as you. It's like, okay, you get it. And then they go somewhere else and it's like, babe, no, that's not. That's not how you think. It's kind of like somebody can change the channel on you. So for me, that's probably the hardest part. And I think that's probably the whole quad problem where it's like, oh, well, you understand me, you get it. And then you go talk to somebody else who's like, oh, wait, I thought I understood her, but maybe I don't because you're making me see something different. I think for me, that's the hardest part. So it's like, if I had to like start over, like and scratch everybody out and then get the Natasha kind of booze where they don't really know, but they don't know.
Get you one, sis.
Some comments. Get some comments.
I can get them how I want them, then yes. And I will say for me, I don't care to share my girlfriend with my husband. I don't. He loves different from me, and I just don't care. Like if I can have Ty all to myself, I would.
Yeah.
If I could if I could have her all to myself and delete all Dale and Ty emotions, I would. I want it to myself.
She is foolish. What I think the hardest part about polyandry is an idea of it is the slut shaming part of it. Because you're one woman with multiple men. See, nobody says much when it's multiple women with one man. That's
Yeah.
old. Yeah,
Yeah.
that nigga, he the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
when it's one woman with most of it, she's a whore.
Yeah.
She's the niggas is dumb. They probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
gay. Everybody
Yeah.
all fucking it like it's all kind of foolery
And
that
my
goes
men are
on with
far
that.
from that. I'm trying to get DP. I can't even get that because they are so far from that.
My
They
baby
ain't
trying
even
to
gonna
get
be in there
DP for
with
like
you.
Shit, not
years.
at all.
That gonna, you got DP with a
Feel like
toy,
you-
baby, because they ain't playing with you.
I don't want that. I don't want
Definitely,
that.
They ain't
we
playing.
can definitely compromise on that because I mean that is a fantasy. That is something that most women do want, and it's like, do you want me to go find that somewhere else? Like I
That's
already
what
got
I'm
those over
saying.
here. Like
It's
let's do
really a
this.
fantasy of mine. It really is. And they just giving me a hard time, but whatever.
I mean, I understand the reasoning for it. We're not gonna be blind to the fact that
They can't look at each other in the eyes the next day.
that part. 'Cause they know,
Look, Chantel and Shalon, I said I'll blindfold y'all. Y'all ain't got to look at each other.
and that's gonna go absolutely wrong.
Girl, and then it's like now you got
All
a
the
guy
way
too,
wrong.
bitch.
All
Like,
the
girl,
way
that's a
wrong.
lot. Like they gotta feel their way around.
I'll
Like, my
do it.
bad.
I'll do it. I'll lead this. Just I'll blindfold y'all. Y'all ain't got to look at each other. Just let me.
It's gonna be one long move, and it's gonna be a wrap for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Right. It's
one
over.
shot.
I
Ain't
ain't
never
gonna
gonna be
lie.
this shit again.
I'm petty and childish as hell. I've been to do something.
See this one?
Now, because I know we don't have a lot of time. I know we did touch on a lot of the definitions. I know there's more, but I'm not too educated on the poly definitions or everything like
We're
that.
still learning ourselves.
I'm really just living my life.
I love
I know that's right.
So with that, and Alex did help me, so I got some more. It's an open relationship. So an open relationship is arranged arrangements on outside connections. Now, with the open relationship, to me, I feel like, because when you say arranged arrangements on outside connections, it means you have a inside connection and you just would like to go open outside of that connection. So I feel like that's pretty much self-explanatory. You don't really see a lot of open relationships. Some people mask it. One person is open, the other one not open, and they just living. Again, I know a story. He was married and he was, he out there looking. And, my friend found out he was married. And instead of him saying, yeah, I'm married, hey, you blocked me? I'm like, huh? Like, you have to be open. Your wife have to be open. You have to be open with your situation because that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And it looked like y'all just got married, like literally just got married.
Still in the honeymoon stages.
Yes, honeymoon stages, like type January, February, this fucking year type shit. And you already playing. And it's like, why do you even want to set yourself up and go through that if you're not willing to just, be real with yourself and be open? You make it seem like somebody pressured your ass into getting married.
Right.
And sometimes that is the case.
That's the case,
Like sometimes women do put men up to, put them with an ultimatum. Hey, we've been together for 5 years. On this 6th year, you
and then sometimes society pressures men as well. So it's not just your spouse. It's like you supposed to. Well, I've been with you for X amount of years, so you're supposed to be married. So let me just do what I'm supposed to do.
You're not married.
Yeah. So that is, it's uncomfortable to watch because I love love. I love people to be comfortably in love. I don't want people to feel like different things that you're a prisoner in that thing, because marriage again is beautiful. Monogamy is beautiful. Poly is beautiful. Like love is beautiful. That is the end all goal. It's actually healthy, having a healthy relationship. And it's however you choose to do it. Shit, you fuck a dog, goddamn it. I don't care.
Right.
Like,
you're in charge of your own happiness, whatever floats your boat.
So
that's between you and Fido.
That's how I feel too. And it's like if you really feel like that, live in your truth, fight for what you really love, and you be sure about that. Like, don't let nobody change how you really feel about how you really feel. If you feel good about it, you feel good about it.
yeah.
And you fight for what you feel good for, because ain't nobody else gonna do it.
True. Don't let anybody turn you away from what it is that you're doing. And even if it's wrong, if you find out it's wrong for you later on, you got that right to change.
That's right.
Like once they opened up themselves and they put themselves in this type of relationship, I can never go back. Like, you know, it's a cult. Like once I'm in, I'm in. I'm gonna have to get jumped out.
Get that shit tatted up on skin for life.
You know, and it's just like, you know, people, they have the free range with their lives. And I'm ready to change the world and show people that yes, you are able to live your life to its full entirety and die a happy ass person, because you stuck with Bertha Jean ass for 55 years and shit. And
now y'all staring at each other, cussing each other out on happy every day.
And sometimes that could be happy for somebody.
He's like, whatever makes you happy makes me happy. That's it. You happy, I'm happy. That's it.
So this was not, you know, a podcast about downing anybody's love style or anybody's ways of thinking or anything like that. It was just an open conversation for different dynamics.
From our own perspectives and how we look at things and try to be open to see how other people view things as well.
Yes. So I'm really glad that we did get a chance to talk about it. I think I have one more. You want to go ahead and close? Well, not close it out, but like read off this.
Yeah, I'll get it out, girl.
Little bitch, you got the last one. Anyway,
you guys are amazing. I
can't really pronounce it, and I don't want to say it wrong. This one,
Polyamory.
Oh, really? I understand all these put, and I'm just like. Yeah, my eyes been crossed for a second. Okay, so I got it.
I mean, polyamory is just pretty much the umbrella of it all. And you pick
basically, it's many relationships can be platonic, romantic, sexual. Dynamics may vary. You can also be a swinger and poly as well.
Right.
That's
yeah, and it's crazy to put a face to a dynamic. Like if other people don't know what, you know, different dynamics look like, we all look the same to them, to somebody that is uneducated, well, ignorant to the lifestyle or the terminology. So I'm just really glad that I got a chance to speak with y'all and like open it up, and just freely talk and figure out how you guys think. And
definitely,
yeah, I thank y'all. I really do.
I appreciate you guys.
I am grateful to be a part of your first episode.
Yes.
You know, Queen's night, baby. This is Queen's night. Queen's night, Thursday night. Yes. This is what we doing.
And we still got viewers. You know, everybody ain't leave our ass. Like, I really thank y'all.
Y'all did really good. Y'all did good. But I knew y'all would, though.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. So did y'all want to close it out? Tell them where y'all can find y'all.
What y'all handles are.
Handles. I got it.
Handle me.
All right, Shay Nice. You want to get started? Let us know.
All right. My name is Shani V, 2eyes.com, Instagram, and I have a Tantra Killing course. Check it out on my website. And yes, the purest form of beauty is love.
Yes. Hey. Natasha.
Hey, everybody. I hope y'all had a good time with us clowning, and I hope you learned something. I really do, because we try to educate y'all too. So if you're interested in following me on IG, it's Natasha, the number 2 you, and that's for Cash App too. Just you know, drop a little coin, little queen. You know, I don't mind. Sharing is caring. We're probably right.
Right.
Probably want to take your wallet. Okay.
I'm done. And I am Chocolate Drop. I am the other half of Poly Sexy Cool. And also, I'm going to throw in there, we are going to be in Houston, Texas for the Polypalooza for 2022. So make sure you go follow the Polypalooza page, follow Poly Sexy Cool. And if you want to follow me personally, is Chocolate Drop _ Poly.
And I can't wait to be out there in Atlanta for
I'm so excited.
The big
cookout.
And I got the big ass cookout coming October 24th. And yes, if we just gonna be vibing out, we're gonna be lit. Y'all two gonna be there, Chantel and Sean, yes.
Definitely.
And it's
I
just
was
gonna be a
about to
dope
say that.
vibe. Like I love vibing and bringing people together. So yes, we're gonna do that October
If you want
24th,
to
the
see
big
some
ass cookout.
ass throwing, eat you some bomb ass turkey legs and some jumbo dinosaur motherfucking ribs. You need a big cookout.
Period. Because that's what we're gonna be. If y'all want to look for us, of course, y'all can find us at Porter Family. It's on all platforms. We will be in Atlanta. And we are coming to this big ass cookout. So I hope to see everybody. If y'all haven't got y'all tickets, if y'all know what to wear, get your lawn chair, get your vibe. Whatever vibe suits you, get there.
That part.
We
And
are whole vibe. So this vibe y'all feeling on live, you're gonna feel it in person if you come to the big ass cookout.
Definitely gonna be there. So, and I do see the last cool question. Love life. I'm glad you enjoyed this live. I enjoyed y'all.
Yes,
and
we enjoyed being here with you guys tonight.
If there isn't any more questions, I do want to end this live, and y'all have a wonderful night.
Thank you guys for being with us.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.